the official signal that we're going to be leaving our train depot. What I did want to say, welcome aboard, aloha kako. My name is Michaela. I'm going to be our folks conductor for our nice showery afternoon tour. The lovely man who's going to be driving us around up on the engine, his name is Bruce, and that is going to be your folks train crew for today. So I do have to go over just a couple of rules that everyone before we actually leave the premises. And the first rule is that we do ask that please remain seated throughout the tour. We are constantly moving and the train does tend to wobble from side to side randomly. The second rule is that we also ask that please keep your heads, hands, and feet inside of the train as well. We are going to be passing some trees, brush, whatnot. We want you folks to get any sort of scrapings along the way either. And that is going to be our training for today. So we are going to be getting to see 105 acres of our Kauai plantation. The first thing that I can point out to us is going to be off to our left-hand side. We've got this big house with a big brown roof. So that is known as the Kauai Mansion. And that home was built in 1935 specifically for Gaylord Wilcox, his wife Ethel, and their 2 children. That home does only have 3 bedrooms and is 16,000 square feet. Back in the 1930s, that home was constructed for $160,000. But to this day, it's now estimated to be worth around 10 to over 12 million. Real crazy how that is. But what we use this home for now, it is a nice living museum, free of charge to go inside, check out the history. It does have some beautiful shops up and downstairs, as well as a nice tasty restaurant known as the Plantation House by Gaylord. But if anyone here was interested in farm to glass cocktail, or even in mocktail, I do recommend heading inside and checking out the Mahiko Lounge. And if you folks do happen to find yourself going there today after our tour, just let that beautiful bartender lady know I sent you her way. She just happens to be my mama. So let her know and she'll take care of you folks on that side as well. And here to the left, we got the first set of animals. We've got 2 donkeys right by our fence line. And you can stand up, it's all good. She can stand up, it's all good. Yeah, those 2, their names would be Floodlight and Stella. We do name the donkeys after beer, but the main reason why they're kept on property is to give our guests a nice visual perspective on what originally hauled sugarcane around before steam and General Electric diesel trains. So this was happening from 1848 up until the 1870s and 1880s. But once the trains were finally implemented, it did make a huge difference. To our workers, they were getting paid by the haul and not by the hour. And these trains did allow them to haul 100 times worth more than the average donkey. And with that being said, these trains did also lead the crew to reach world record-breaking numbers of sugarcane to ever be processed. And right here, we're strolling through our little train yard. That green building is where we bring in our engines or the train carts if they need any sort of repairs. We do have a secondary locomotive over there with the red and yellow stripes, which this one was used for the movie Jungle Cruise. So a lot of CGI and special effects were added. Even the train depot, when you started boarding onto the train, they used their depot as a marketplace for the movie as well. The current engine pulling us around right now, this is a 1948 General Electric diesel riding on some 36-inch narrow gauge wide tracks. And here to the right, you've got 2 beautiful horses getting some water from their water trough out there. And to be honest, I do not know the names of those 2 beauties. All I know is that they do belong to my old high school PE teacher. And I don't have the best history with that lady, Miss Tannery. It's all right though. It just goes to show how small our island of Kauai really is. And right here, we've got our agricultural section where we do have 67 acres of the 105 just strictly dedicated for agriculture. And what's going to be obvious for us is this huge field of our apple banana patches. So the apple bananas are only growing to be half the size, but twice the sweetness of your average gold banana. But a fun fact about bananas in general is that they're actually not growing from a tree. So they don't produce any type of hardwood, nor do they have branches. So they're considered to be growing from the world's largest herb. And the bananas themselves will be classified to be berries. And here to the left, we got our Kauai sunrise papaya trees. So papayas, it doesn't matter what breed, but they all have a nice natural enzyme that does aid in digestion. So I do recommend having one of these for breakfast. That enzyme is going to help your body process and break down whatever else you might be eating throughout the day. And if we take a look ahead in the forward direction, we've got 2 more fields of we got lots of medicinal properties, but most famously known for aiding in anti-inflammatory. But between these three crops are turmeric, papayas, and bananas. That is all being grown by independent farmers who have no relation to us here at Kilohana. So we do offer them free water and free land. In return, our boss does receive a huge agricultural tax cut. So that's how we're able to create a big win-win situation for everyone here on our property. And here to the right, we've got a stalk of sugarcane, what that looks like in its raw natural form, part of the grass and reed family. And after that, to the left, we got the beginning of our orchard, and it's going to start off with some Big Island oranges. We also have a row of avocado trees, as well as berries growing on the inside of these trees. If you look carefully, and these are Java chicavas. We got our small little red acerola cherries, as well as Tangor tangerines. But within this entire orchard, we are going to be getting to see over 40 rows of 42 different varieties of exotic and seasonal fruit. So within every different season, there's always going to be a tree that is flourishing and blooming, giving off some type of edible produce. But what's mainly in season right now for us is a lot of our citrus and different hybridizations of avocados. So we're going to be seeing a lot of that today. And we got another batch of the acerola cherries, in which if you were to just have one or two of those little cherries, it would be giving you your daily vitamin C that your body does crave. And here to the right, we also have our main animal pasture. So it does kind of look half maintained, but this overgrown peaty grass, also known as buffalo grass, does create extra shade, protection, and also allows the mud holes to stay moist. So in this pen, we've got our pigs, we've got cattle, we do have another donkey, as well as a horse of our very own. Not sure where the donkey is at, but I can see the horse out there. Got our pretty horse wagging around her tail out here. Her name is April, and she's 14 years old, and she's also a purebred Arabian mountain horse. And she was originally used to help her owner hunt down wild pigs on our western mountains known as Kauai. And here we've got the donkey hiding in the corner behind the trees, and his name is Steiny, short for Stein Logger. And he's only 10 years old, still a young boy, but a real gentle sweetheart. And coming up to the left-hand side of us, we got a tree here at this end corner where the leaves are growing at a downward angle. So this is a hala tree, H-A-L-A. We do use those brown dried up leaves to weave our baskets, mats, hats, bracelets, all sorts of stuff. And if we keep looking to the left, we also have 5 rows of pineapples. So this entire area used to be filled with the pineapples, but during the pandemic, we did have a lot of pigs come through, and they ended up eating most of our crops. Those rows are what we have left, of which we are trying to use that to regain what we once had before. And we are going to be splitting off from our orchard for now, but we'll come back to it, so don't worry. We're going to be taking the right side of our tracks and going around the entire animal pasture.